Hey, if you notice, the title of this video is Hot Water Extraction versus VLM. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been maybe contemplating or have incorporated VLM cleaning, and that's cool. I'm not against VLM. I want to put that out there from the forefront. The reason being is because I'll VLM in a high-rise that I can't get to with my truck mount. I'll VLM in a situation, especially if it doesn't have urine, something like that. I'll VLM, especially in commercial settings with CGD, commercial glue down on concrete. I don't have a problem with that, okay? Where I have a problem is in a home like this right here. And I want to show you a dilemma a lot of cleaners run into, that I run into also, that I think is going to kind of surprise you, all right? Because a lot of you might not have heard it, some of you may have, but now you can understand a cleaner's rationality of why they switch over to VLM a lot of times. All right, and so I'm inside this house right here, and it is a cut pile carpet. And when you have cut pile carpet, it's a good idea to go ahead and use hot water extraction. Why is that? Because it's going to do a deeper clean of the contaminants. I know with VLM you can pad cap afterwards and you get some extraction out of there and encapsulate some of the soil, but it doesn't really get down in there and destroy the contaminants with the high heat, and it doesn't extract the contaminants out of there. And that's really important to get that deep cleaning. And why do some cleaners feel like they can get away with it? Well, I'm going to show you why. I'm going to flip this around in a second, and I'm going to show you. Guys will go inside, pre-vacuum, pre-spray, and then start to pre-agitate with the CRB, and the carpets start to look great. Customer walks by and says, "Oh wow, carpets look great, you did a good job." So the cleaner starts thinking to himself, you know what, maybe I don't need to hot water extract these carpets, I'll just VLM them. And a lot of guys tell me that's what they do with like here I use Black Label and I use Unchained, and it does a great job, right? It makes it look good. But when the customer walks by and tells me that, I just let them know, "Oh, Mrs. Jones, that's just half of the process. Now I'm going to rinse it with hot water extraction in here and get all those contaminants out of there and kill all those contaminants that are inside there." That's important to the client. And you want to re-emphasize that, because you don't want her to go inside there and think, "Oh, I could just go out and get myself a little machine, a little buffer, and do the same thing over the carpets," when they really can't. So that's just going to move more of the pie away from you. So keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and show you right now exactly what I'm talking about. Watch as I start to VLM this carpet right here, and you'll see what I'm talking about with the CRB. I called it VLM because that's what a lot of guys do. There's even some franchises, this is the only way they do it. They don't even go back in pad cap. And pad cap is basically putting a pad under an orbital or a 175 or a little tiny buffer and going over top of it. So take a look at this. Okay, notice where I ran the CRB here? Look how much nicer it looks compared to where I haven't ran the CRB, right? Look at that. Even in traffic patterns, starts to make it look good. So I'll go ahead and turn the machine on and let you guys see what I'm talking about. You see the square over here? Look over there. So a lot of cleaners will just do this, and when the customer sees this, they think the carpets have been cleaned. They don't really know the difference. But you, as a consummate professional, you know the difference, right? I'll finish this whole corner out here, and then I'll close out talking about it. And I want you to see how this looks. And if I want to, I can take it right up to the very wall. Touch the baseboards. Look how close I am to it. But this house, of course, has a lot of pets, so I'm going to be pulling out a lot of stuff. All right, now notice as I back up here, look how that looks. So compared to the rest of the carpet, it looks pretty doggone good, right? But to me, you're shortcutting the customer. Let's talk about that. Okay, so you see the dilemma a lot of cleaners run into? Instead of having to sweat bullets, they'd rather just come in and just do that. So a lot of cleaners are switching over to VLM, but really, I don't think that's best. Now, feel free to go down inside the comments and contradict whatever I have to say. I don't have a problem with it. But we all know, if you've been through the proper school and understand the science, that getting those contaminants out of there and killing those contaminants, you really need some type of proper extraction. And hot water, especially high heat, is superior, as long as it's done correctly. Some guys say, "Well, I'm going in after hot water extraction, guys, and I made it look better with VLM." Well, yes, you have, because some guy just went in and cleaned like he was on crack and ran out the door. He did a splash and dash job. But that wasn't the fault of the method, that was the fault of the person. So a person who's actually using either method, depending on what situation he runs into, whether it's commercial, whether it's residential, whether it's cut pile, whether it's CGD, commercial glue down on concrete, that's the guy that's going to be making the difference. And listen, you look out here and you see that right there? That's not something a customer's going to be buying, okay? She's not going to be buying a big old truck mount system or a huge portable system. She's going to see that work. She knows what really makes the difference, and so do you deep down inside. So don't be fooled. Don't be tricked into thinking that VLM is going to do the same job as hot water extraction. Does it have its place? Absolutely. I'm still a believer in it. Hey, if you want to do it as an interim clean and you explain that to the client, feel free to. But at least every third or fourth clean, you need to go into a hot water extraction and get those contaminants out of there properly, okay? And don't buy into what a lot of cleaners are buying into. You just go over with the CRB, carpet looks good, customer walks by, great job. Yeah, it is a great job so far, but that's great half of the job. So it's up to you to go ahead and finish the job properly. Now, I can't tell you what to do. It's still America, you can do whatever you want. But I feel like you'll make a bigger impact, you'll have better clientele, and you'll be able to demand higher dollar by doing all the steps and doing the steps properly. Taking the time and really doing a good job. You know, especially in the economy that we find ourselves in, we're a little bit in a down economy, wouldn't you say? You know, and this customer right here, as a matter of fact, was going to replace the carpets. But they said since the economy is a little bit, you know, fickle right now, they decided to clean the carpets. And over the decades, I've noticed whenever there's been recessions, we're not recession proof in the cleaning industry, but we definitely are recession resistant. So what happens is customers will come in and get the carpets clean. And you know what, it's up to us as professionals to get the cycle turned around. Remember, flooring surfaces are cyclical. People will buy what they should buy based on what they feel is best. And there's a lot of media out there pushing LVT, LVP, hardwood floors. And now we do those, and I recommend you doing them too. And hardwood stone, all those kind of things. People are just usually doing that downstairs, then they're carpeting upstairs. I say we can make a difference, every one of us. You know, there's hundreds of thousands of cleaners around the world. We can change that cycle just by educating every single customer that carpets are actually healthier than hard surfaces. That's a proven fact. Kids with allergies, people with allergies, their allergies go down, but like anything else, you have to clean those filters. And how do you do that? You clean the carpets every 6 months to a year, and that's what we recommend customers do. So don't get worried. Every year, spring cleaning, the weather's come back now, it's getting hot outside, customers are coming, we're jam-packed. We use Housecall Pro, we use a text blast here in the spring and fall, and I'll tell you what, we are jammed to the seams with jobs. So will you be. I highly recommend that. As a matter of fact, I'll put Housecall Pro down inside, a link for a free demo and a code down inside the description. And like I said, down there in the comments, you guys go ahead and make your comments. I know a lot of you guys, some of y'all have switched to VLM, and that's cool. We still offer VLM products. A lot of guys say that Black Label and this Unchained together is their secret weapon for doing VLM. That's what it is for you. Hey, so be it. But I highly recommend offering both types of methods. That really sets you apart, and also it shows the customer something they can't do that you can do, and sets you apart from your competitors, so you can demand higher dollar and have better profits and better generational wealth. All right, well, I'm Rob Allen with Truck Malforms. Hope you enjoyed this video. Looking forward to y'all's comments or replies, even the rough ones. Take care now. Have a great day.